Kinzer. Batting third, second baseman number 12, Jack Neji. Batting cleanup, the first baseman number 3, Grant Behrens. Batting fifth, the catcher number 14, Bronson Moot. Batting
all right, welcome. We're live here at Matson Field in North Moorhead. We'll take it down to our PA announcer for the conclusion of the starting lineups here between Coon Rapids and Sioux Falls.
The shortstop number 8, Zach Tangy. And batting ninth, third baseman number 9, Mitch Peters. And the rest of the Sioux Falls coaches, players, and staff. And now we ask that everybody please rise and remove your caps for the playing of today's national anthem.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, back in action here at Matson Field, Moorhead, Minnesota. That's the site for today's game between Coon Rapids and Sioux Falls. Eric Tiongson here on play-by-play alongside my partner Mike Mason will be joining me back again shortly. Thank you for tuning in today from wherever you may be, and we should be in for some good baseball here as we wrap up our action here at Matson Field. We've got two games coming up today, Coon Rapids versus Sioux Falls, and then Brandon Valley versus Brainerd. That one going to be starting at approximately 2:30, but those of you that have been keeping tabs with us this weekend, those times are always subject to change and usually on a little bid of the earlier side. Taking a look at this Coon Rapids lineup, they're going to start off the hitting. They're the away team on the scoreboard. Ian Wynn, Aaron Yude, and Jack Slanty, the three do up here. The center fielder, catcher, and first baseman, Antonio Manos, Jared Fearing, Ricky Petroff, Sam Halverson, Andrew Racine, and Grant Rodazen are the final six. Rounding out the starting nine, and then Lucas LeBrant will take the hill, the starting pitcher for Coon Rapids. And he'll be going up against the starting pitcher for Sioux Falls in Emmett Nathan. Nathan, who will be batting sixth today. You can see him down on your screen warming up right now. And he'll be facing off against the top of the order. Brooks Steen, Jordan Kinzer, Jack Neji, Grant Barron, Bronson Moot, Emmett Nathan, Colin Schroeder, Zach Tangy, and Mitch Peters are the starting nine here for Sioux Falls, making up their lineup. Looks like we're about ready to go here, as it is 11:28 your local time, 11:30 the scheduled first pitch. And the top of first will get underway with the bases empty, obviously, as I'll clear that out. But we should be in for a nice little treat here to cap off a weekend full of baseball. Of course, you can also check out our schedule at msportsnet.com to find the latest and most updated schedule for any games that we might be broadcasting. I know coming up on Tuesday, we've got a 9-inning game between the Post 400 Stars and the West Fargo Patriots. That one going to be taking place at 7 o'clock. Once again, that a 9-inning game on Tuesday. So here we go.
Stepping up to the plate and
it's Ian Wynn leading things off.
The center fielder, number 23, Ian Wynn.
Wynn Number 23, the center fielder, will start the game off for Coon Rapids.
Thank you so much, and I will give this back to you as soon as mine arrives.
That sounds good.
First pitch on the way from the right-handed Nathan, and he fires it in for strike one. 0-1 the count. And the righty pitcher will face off against the lefty hitter. So typically in baseball that would be chalked up as an advantage to the hitter. But we'll see how this plays out as the 0-1 comes in, and it's taken for a ball. 1-1 the count to Win. Nathan from the stretch, his third pitch incoming. And it's going to be fouled straight back by Wen for strike two. Searching the first out of the game is Emmett Nathan, and his 1-2 pitch on the way. And it's a breaking ball, and he misses outside for a ball. 2-2. That one looked like it nearly got Win, but Win able to lay off. Two from Nathan is going to be flared out and out of play. Foul ball will keep the count where it is. Now here's another 2-2. High for a ball. Full count at 3-2 to Win. Pitch number 7 of this at-bat upcoming. One that's been a battle to start the game off. And the payoff pitch from Nathan. And it misses for ball 4. Taking off for first is Win. And he will hold up at first. Of course,
Next up for Coon Rapids, the catcher number 1, Aaron Yund.
Keeping an eye out on to see just how far it gets past. You are allowed to go as far as you please, but Win will hold up at the typical first base. That brings up Aaron Yund. Yund, the second man up here, and he's got Win over at first base with 0 outs. First pitch, Yund showing bunt, and it's fouled off. It's a fastball for strike one. See if he goes with the bunt again here. Another lefty. 2 straight lefties to start off the batting order here for Coon Rapids. Oh, 1 pitch. Missing high for a ball. Even count at 1 to number 1.
And ignore the scoreboard there. It's going through its opening reset here. So it's apologize if that's confusing anybody there. We forgot to turn it on at the start of the game.
Yund is going to be hit by the pitch there. You could see Win take off for second, but he's going to have to hold up at second.
Next up, the first baseman, number 29, Jack Velocity.
As it brings up Jack Velocity. Velocity has 2 on here with Coon Rapids threatening early, and right now the scoreboard going through its process. Well, they might not have 5 runs right now, but they're certainly threatening to get a few. Coon Rapids are, as they've got 2 on with 0 outs and their number 3 hitter due up. Nathan checking the runner at second. Now his pitch on the way. And it's an off-speed pitch missing for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
All right, now our scoreboard's working as it should, so.
Second pitch from Nathan is going to be popped up high in foul territory, but drifting out over towards the fence by the bullpen. And it's a 1-1 count. Even count pitch from Nathan. And it's going to be a grounder over towards third. They had the chance to maybe get the lead runner, but instead it's going to be Wynn taking off for home, and he's going to score the first run of the game. It's 1-0. Coon Rapids up on top. And what I believe will be charged as an error over towards the third baseman. It scores Ian
The
Wynn from
designated hitter
second.
number 27, Antonio
Young is going to be
Manos.
safe at second.
They will indeed.
Velocity be safe at first.
They will indeed charge that as an error. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No worries. And that brings up Antonio Manos, the cleanup hitter. He's got 2 runners on, still 0 outs, and it's 1-0. First pitch high to Manos for a ball. First time we've seen Coon Rapids here on Magnitude, as they were over in the other pool for pool play. Now we'll get to see them face off against Sioux Falls, a team that we're very familiar with, doing a fair share of their games this weekend.
Yeah, Sioux Falls 1-2 in pool play as of the finish of pool play yesterday. They picked up a win against the Post 400 Stars, would fall to Brainerd and would fall to Moorhead. Moorhead, the home team, playing in the quote-unquote championship game today. Originally, that game was scheduled to be the number 1 team from the Matson pool versus the number 1 team from the JW pool. And, well, the number 1 team was, I don't know how to word it, but let's just say that the Moorhead Blues earned their trip to that championship game and their opponent didn't. We'll put it that way. So.
Pitch from Nathan, my goodness, is high for ball 3. It's 3-1.
Try to word my words carefully there. I don't want to get anybody upset, but I know there's at least a few hundred people upset about how this overall thing was managed this weekend. So
The third
walk is
baseman,
going to
number 10,
load the
Jared
bases,
Fearing.
and it's going to be Jared Fearing stepping up, and I think Sioux Falls right now is the one doing the fearing, as still 0 outs and the bases loaded here for the number 5 hitter Fearing. Coon Rapids with a 1-0 lead, and they've got a chance to add to that with a base hit right here. It's Fearing, Peachoff, and Halverson, the 3-2 up.
Well, that's the end of my venting now, Eric. I won't put you in an awkward situation like that anymore.
First pitch coming in high to Fearing. It certainly has been quite the weekend, to say the least.
Yeah, I think day one we had a few power outages. We
Yep.
lost our camera, and then then we had a policeman bring back a garbage bag full of baseballs that were held hostage by a neighbor across the street, and now we have a batter gets hit by a pitch. So
Fearing is going to be plunked by the pitch there, and that's
The
going to
right
bring
fielder,
home a
number
run.
25,
It's
Ricky
2-0.
Petrov.
Ricky Petrov due up next. 2-0 here, the score in the top of the first, and bases loaded with 0 outs. We've got a meeting out on the mound here for Emmett Nathan, who is still on the hunt for out number 1. Coon Rapids continuing to threaten here, and you get the feeling that if they can put a ball in play out in the outfield, that could really break this game open.
here's an interesting stat you may not have been aware of, Eric. On teams who make their first appearance on Magnitude Sports, they are 22-2 overall. The only 2 teams have lost their debut game here on Magnitude Sports. So we apologize to the Sioux Falls fans who are making their 3rd debut here on Magnitude Sports today. But we'll see if Sioux Falls can make that 22-3.
First pitch comes in, and it's going to be a fastball taken for strike 1. I did not know that, actually, and
I probably know that because I've been keeping track of that since 2017. So,
well, there you go. Teams love making a good first impression on here, and right now Coon Rapids doing a good job of just that. As the second pitch is taken for strike 2. 2 quick fastballs in to Petroff. 0-2 the count, and Emmett Nathan, after the meeting on the mound, looks like a different man out there. 0-2 pitch is going to be swung through, and no, it's actually going to be tipped foul.
yeah.
So he'll stay alive. Count remains at 0-2.
Sunny and 82 here at Matson Field in North Moorhead, and we got a fan up here in the press box, so it feels like sunny and 64. But so I feel bad for the players and the fans outside. But
well, speak for yourself. It still feels pretty hot up here for me, even with that fan blowing. But the fan is certainly doing a nice job, regardless. I think that's just me, though.
That's the player of the game so far. So it's the fan. So.
1-2 pitch on the way, popped up high, should be playable. Charging over is going to be Barons, but it's going to be Nathan out from the mound making the catch for out number 1.
The left fielder,
Runners
number 20,
will hold
Sam
up at their respective
Halverson.
bases as it brings up Sam Halverson. Halverson, bases loaded and 1 down now. The first out of the inning being notched with that fly out.
A run scored on an error and a run scored on a bases loaded walk. No hits yet for Coon Rapids. See if this batter here can take off the goose egg on the hit column.
First pitch in for strike 1 to Halverson. And that is worth pointing out. That is interesting. 2 runs scoring here without any hits. Still technically a no-hitter here for Emmett Nathan. As the 0-1 comes in, and it's going to be driven out towards the outfield, and that might break up the no-hitter as it goes over the head of Kinzer, and that's going to score some runs. Coming home to score is Vlasity as well as Manos. It's going to be a 2-run double, and Coon Rapids doubling their lead. It's 4-0.
There's the first hit of the game, and 4 runs on a hit
The
and an error
shortstop,
now.
number 18,
with
Andrew Racine.
1 out, and that leaves runners on 2nd and 3rd here for Coon Rapids.
Well, that seems to be the theme of the tournament thus far. As soon as we say something, it happens. And as soon as we started talking about the hit list bid going, base hit notched out towards left field. Halverson over to 2nd, Fearing over at 3rd for Andrew Racine, and he'll look to keep it going. He's got 2 in scoring position.
That certainly was something else yesterday in that game between Moorhead and Post 400. I don't remember the nickname you gave me yesterday. Is that is up high, but
it's going to score Fearing, if I recall correctly, is Nostradamus.
Yes, that was the nickname, and it's continuing part 2 here today so far.
Absolutely. Halverson advancing over to 3rd as well. It's a 5-0 ball game. Quick 5-run top of the first here for Coon Rapids. And they're still going with only 1 out.
Well, we saw 6 runs in the top of the first inning in our final game yesterday, and right now Coon Rapids looking to match that mark.
And with Halverson over at 3rd, I have to imagine it would take probably only a fly ball to the outfield to maybe do just that.
Yeah, a sac fly would do the trick, that's for sure.
Count is even to Racine, and he taps that one foul for strike 2.
And I apologize, I need to pay attention to what you're talking about so I hit the buttons on our scoreboard here. So it's no balls and 2 strikes according to the scoreboard, or do you have
I have 1 ball for the score in the first, or the 5th run, I should say. As that pitch comes in high for a ball, and now taking off and matching the total for Post 400 in the first inning. It's Halverson scoring. 6-0 here, Coon Rapids lead.
So if it wasn't 1 and 2, it is now.
Yeah.
And that'll empty the bases here for Coon Rapids.
Sounded like the umpire did say 2 and 2 out there.
So we'll add another ball to our screen here then, and I see the scoreboard matches up.
Even count pitch from Nathan, driven out towards the outfield, and drifting over is the left fielder. That's Kinzer making the catch for out number 2.
I don't have a roster, otherwise I would name some names for you, so I'm just going to hand that job over to you. So
no worries about that. That is essentially one of the biggest parts of my job, is just naming names, as it brings up Garrett Rotzen.
I will admit it's a little bit different, because usually when we broadcast, I've seen the 2 teams, or at least one of the 2 teams on many occasions, so I know some of the players, but this is the 3rd time that we've seen Sioux Falls and the 1st time that we've seen Coon Rapids here in Magnitude, so I'm kind of in the dark at the moment,
Yeah,
which is a feeling I'm not used to.
Don't really know what to expect out of this game, as the second pitch comes in high for ball 2.
But whether you're a Sioux Falls fan, I know we have some fans from Sioux Falls who've are watching now and have probably watched the last couple games that Sioux Falls has played here at Matson Field. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. And for the Coon Rapids fans tuning in, we appreciate you tuning in as well. I hope that you enjoy the broadcast. I know with a 6-0 lead, you're enjoying it pretty well at the moment here, but we'll see what Sioux Falls does in the bottom half of the inning.
That pitch coming in from Nathan for strike one to make the count 3-1. Roteson, should he reach base, then Coon Rapids will have batted around here in the first inning. As he gets a swing and a miss right there for strike two. It's a full count. Nathan, payoff pitch on the way. And it's going to be fouled back. Roteson will stay alive. Here's another 3-2. And it's swung through for strike three. Nathan gets his first strikeout of the game. And that's going to end the top half of the first. And it's a good one for Coon Rapids as they get 6 runs on 1 hit and 1 error. 6-0 your score. Coon Rapids leads Sioux Falls as we approach the bottom of the first right after this.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Back in action here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. It's 6-0 Coon Rapids with a big top of the first to jump out to a 6-0 lead over Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls top of the order due up in Brooks Stein, Jordan Kinzer, and Jack Neji. They're going to be facing off against Lucas LeBrant. LeBrant, who you saw warming out there on the mound, getting a final few warm-up tosses in, will settle in for the start, and we'll see what he's made up of here as he'll make the pitching debut for Coon Rapids on Magnitude. And his first pitch, a heater, but it's taken inside for ball one.
I got rosters now, so I might be able to chip in a little bit more on some of the color commentary.
Second pitch coming in for ball two. 2-0 the count to Stein. Stein, the center fielder leadoff man, who we've seen in that spot practically every single game we've done thus far for Sioux Falls. Here's the 2-0 from LeBrant. And it misses low for ball three. 3-0 the count to the leadoff man. Sioux Falls in search of some runs here in the first as they have some catch-up to do. And a 3-0 count certainly helps their cause. Pitch on the way, low for ball four. Stein will walk on 4 pitches. First man is aboard, and it brings up Jordan Kinzer.
The left fielder, number 2, Jordan Kinzer.
Ginzer is 1 for 3 in the game against the Post 400 Stars on opening day of the invite here. He would ground out to short, strike out, and then he would reach base on an error. So I guess he's actually 0 for 3 now that I think about that. But he got on base, so that's a positive.
Well, and I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Moneyball, but according to their line of thinking, that's really all that matters.
Yeah, it's getting on base. Yep. I have seen it, but it's been a while.
Kinzer will settle in now with the runner on first. And the first pitch is going to be a grounder, dribbling over towards the hole. The throw on the way from shortstop, and he got him out. Andrew Racine, nice play to fire over to first, and they get the first out of the inning as Stein will advance over to second.
The second baseman, number 12, Jack Neji.
Jack Neji up next with a runner in scoring position.
Neji also 0 for 3 in that game against the Stars with a strikeout, a ground out to third, and then he was reached base on a walk.
LeBrant from the stretch. His first pitch on the way to Neji. And he finds the zone for strike one. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be shot out towards the outfield, but foul, as chase is being given there by Ricky Petroff.
In golf, they call that a slice.
Yeah, all too familiar with that if you've ever seen me out on the fairway. Or at least I like to think the fairway, more often than not the rough.
Or the bunker.
Yeah.
Or the water, right?
0-2 the count to Neji. And he will take that pitch for a ball, as taking off for third is going to be Stein. And he's in standing up at third.
So Sioux Falls now 90 feet away from getting their first run on the board here in the bottom half of the first, after Coon Rapids getting 6 in the top half. And like I said, we'll see how Sioux Falls responds. And so far with 1 out, not so far so good, you could say.
Absolutely. I think even just getting 1 run here just sort of calm things down, especially if they go back out and have a good second inning on the mound and in the field. That might sort of change the complexion of this game a little bit. LeBrant's pitch is popped up high and foul. The count remains where it is. Now here's the 1-2. And it's fired in for strike 3. Fastball got him looking for out number 2. That brings up Grant Barron.
Number 3, Grant Barron.
Barron has 2 outs, and he'll look to avoid stranding the leadoff man over at third.
I want to give a shout out to @15Bleachers on Twitter for promoting all the Sioux Falls broadcasts here on Magnitude over the weekend. We certainly appreciate that whoever's in charge of that Twitter account getting the word out to the Sioux Falls fans and over the weekend. And I think we've given you a follow on Twitter. Yes, I have. Yep. I've done the respectful thing and given you a follow on Twitter. So
0-1 pitch is going to be fouled off by Barron for strike 2.
A little bit windy. You can kind of hear that in our background noise mic there, but
yeah, a little bit of a slight breeze making its way here through the FM area on this Sunday. Still technically morning here at 11:53. Hope you might be enjoying some nice baseball with your Sunday brunch, as that's going to be a shot towards the outfield, and it has a chance. It is gone. It's a 2-run shot for Grant Barron, and game on. Sioux Falls back in it. It's 6-2.
Yeah, whoever's driving that black Chevy that drove by, that ball just bounced over it.
Well, his heart might have stopped for a moment there,
yeah.
as he might have just been casually minding his business driving through the street. But Grant Barron sending a shot into the morning sky, and it's a 2-run shot. 4-run game, and that's exactly what Sioux Falls was looking for.
Next up for Sioux Falls, the catcher, number 14, Bronson Moot.
And we've seen a lot of homers here this weekend. That one, just another one we can add to the catalog.
Yeah, we've had one grand slam that I'm aware of, unless one happened when I wasn't here, but
that one a fly ball that might end the inning, might drop, and it is going to drop. It's the ladder as Roteson can't quite lay out and make the catch. It'll drop for a bloop single for Bronson Moot. And the inning stays alive here for Sioux Falls.
The pitcher, number 20, Emmett Nathan.
Moot, the catcher, will make way for the courtesy runner.
2 runs on 2 hits now, all with, well, I think one of them came with 1 out, and now the other one with 2 outs. So.
And hard to believe there's 8 combined runs between these two teams, but only 3 combined hits. Here is Emmett Nathan, the pitcher. First pitch to Nathan, and he swings at it for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Nathan. Working from the stretch is LeBrant. His second pitch is going to be popped up high and foul, and it's probably good news for Coon Rapids that it was a foul ball, because Alex Brosnahan, the courtesy runner, was motoring on over to second base, and I would have put money on him being safe, but instead he'll trot back, and the count now 0-2. LeBrant trying to send this game to inning number 2, and he can't quite get the chase on that pitch. Nathan laying off the breaking ball low for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Now the 1-2. And that'll be taken for ball 2. Nice patience from Emmett Nathan. Down in the count 0-2, and now he's evened it up at 2 apiece. Now the 2-2. Runner taking off for second. It's high. And getting in, standing up is going to be Brosnahan. Alex Brosnahan with a stolen base as the count goes to full at 3-2.
That's certainly a benefit here with 2 outs. Get another runner in scoring position. A base hit could cut the lead in half.
Absolutely. Now here's the payoff pitch. And it's going to be taken for ball 4. Nathan will walk, and now there's 2 on.
The right fielder, number 7, Colin Schroeder.
That brings up Colin Schroeder with 2 away. And Sioux Falls have been mounting a bit of a 2-out rally here. Looks like we'll have another courtesy runner, as well as Nathan, the pitcher, will make way. And coming in, that's going to be number 6, who is Jake Klopstead. Klopstead, who is the starter here in the previous Sioux Falls game. First pitch to Schroeder is taken for strike 1. 0-1 the count.
I want to give it thanks to Janice, one of our scoreboard/camera operators, coming here and getting us some cold beverages on this hot 82-degree day.
As pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. The throw over to third, and they got him. Brosnahan is caught stealing. He can't believe it, but that's going to do it here for the first inning.
For Sioux Falls in the home half of the first inning, 2 runs on 2 hits.
And the coach is actually going to go and talk to the umpire here. We are under the impression that the inning is over, and the rest of the Sioux Falls team is coming out to play their positions. And
concession stands located right at the entrance of the ballpark.
As you heard, he doesn't agree. So bad is what he said. So, but whatever the case may be, we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
For Coon Rapids center field.
Back in action here on the Magnitude Sports Network. It's going to be the top of the order leading things off in inning number 2 for Coon Rapids and Ian Wynn. Wynn, who walked his first time up, that to start off the game in what is now a 4-run game. Sioux Falls pulling 2 back in the bottom of the first thanks to the 2-run home run. And the first pitch to Wynn is taken for ball 1. Wynn, Yund, and Velocity, the 3-2 up.
I think after that home run by Sioux Falls, when I come to this field in the future, I'm always going to take the road on the south side of the field off that first base line.
Yeah, no kidding.
Statistically, the safest place to park at a baseball or softball game is anywhere off the right field first base line. That's the last opportunity for a ball to hit your vehicle. So. And where do they put the parking lot? Off the third baseline.
Yeah. I always feel like I'm playing with fire when I park over there, as Wynn is going to be hit by a pitch and he'll go over to first.
Next up for Coon Rapids, the catcher number 1, Aaron Yund.
That brings up Aaron Yund, who also walked his first time up. He's got Wynn over at first after his walk. Working from the stretch is Emmett Nathan with the runner on first. And his first pitch comes in as Wynn takes off for second. Sliding in head first, and he's safe. It's a stolen base for Ian Wynn. Count is at 1-0 to Yund. Here's the second pitch of the at-bat. It's a liner, dropping for a base hit, now digging and being waved home, and now held up is going to be Ian Wynn. He certainly had the look in his eyes right there like he wanted to try and go home, but the third base coach saying not so fast. But it is going to be a base hit and put runners on the corners.
Jack Velocity.
Jack Velocity up next, who reached on an error his first time up. Here's the first pitch to Velocity, and he fouls it off. To count an 0-1, and it drifts over towards that spot.
It stayed on this side of the street, so it won't be taken hostage this time. So.
We've seen that light fixture over there maybe save a few balls from being snatched up, as the pickoff attempt will come in over towards first base. We also saw a ball go off that brown garage door yesterday.
Yep. It hit the bullseye, dead center of it on the one across the street. You can't see it on camera. It's just behind the building, behind the first base dugout. Now you can see it on camera. Yeah, hit dead center on the right side brown garage door. And maybe caused a little bit of damage and maybe made somebody upset. Who knows? But
yeah. Well, it certainly is a risky run having a house over by a ballpark, as that pitch is going to be swung on for strike 2. Of course, certainly hope that no damage is done to those garage doors. Count at 1-2 here to Velocity. Now, Nathan will try another pickoff over at first. Young sliding back in. Here's another 1-2. And it's going to be taken high for a ball to even the count. 2-2 to Jack Velocity. Nathan on an even count. And he misses for a ball, and taking off for home is going to be Wynn. Sliding in safe, and he scored run number 7. 5-run game here. Coon Rapids leads Sioux Falls 7-2. And Yund over to second base as well. It'll be a full count at 3-2 to Velocity. Umpire will clean off the plate with his brush after the slide, which will make life easier for all parties involved, I think, having a more visible home plate. Now here's the payoff pitch. And he drops it in for strike 3 for out number 1. Velocity sent down looking, and it's the first out. It brings up Antonio
number
Manos.
27, Antonio Manos.
Manos walked his first time up. He's got Yund on second base with 1 down. First pitch to the DH. And Manos carries that one out towards the outfield, but should be a fairly routine fly ball for the center fielder, Stein. And it is for out number 2. A flyout will bring up the next man
The
up,
third
and
baseman, number 10, Jared Fearing.
And Fearing walked his first time up. 2 down now for Fearing with a runner on second and Yund. First pitch to Fearing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's in for a strike. There you go. I finished what I interrupted you. So, yeah, Brooks Stein kind of misjudged that. I don't know if the sun played a role in that, but he had to backpedal a little bit, and then he nice toss back into the infield to hold that runner at second for Coon Rapids by the center fielder Brooks Stein.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that sun, because that's been another theme throughout here, as we've had sunny skies throughout, and especially at this time of day, it's really high up in the sky. It can be really hard to find the ball, and we've seen that have an impact on a few of these plays, but a nice job by Stein to work through the elements for the second out.
Yeah, another problem area with the sun is anything the catcher might have an opportunity to catch behind home plate. So,
well, the catcher caught that one, and it was in his mid for strike 3. Third out of the inning. It brings us to the bottom of 2. 7-2 your score as Coon Rapids scores 1. 5-run game, and we'll be back with the bottom of the second after a quick word from your sponsor.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Alrighty, back in action here from Matson Field, Moorhead, Minnesota. That's where we're stationed today for some baseball. And it's Coon Rapids versus Sioux Falls. The score 7-2 right now. Offensive fireworks here between these two teams. It's a 5-run lead as Sioux Falls did a nice job cutting into the lead in the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Colin Schroeder, Zach Tangy, and Mitch Peters, the 3 due up. Schroeder will actually be settling in for his second trip to the batter's box won't even officially be scored as a plate appearance, let alone an at-bat, as he was dug in when the runner, Brosnahan, was gunned down trying to steal third. And that's where we'll pick up
Leading
here
off for
in the bottom of the second.
Fielder number 7, Colin Schroeder.
Already 40 minutes into the ball game here, and we're in the second inning. This one going about the same pace as the Moorhead Post 400 game did last night. But outside of that, all these games have gone by fairly quickly. Usually at the 40-minute mark, we'd see ourselves in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah.
On all the games this weekend except for this one and the one last night. So I don't know if the one last night kind of changed the atmosphere here at the field, and now the games are a little bit longer or what, but hopefully that's not the case.
Well, it certainly seems like the offense has picked up a little bit too. I mean, we've
Yep,
been talking
true.
about home
Yeah.
runs, but we've seen a lot of big innings over these past 2 games as Schroeder will take the second pitch for ball 2.
Well, if I remember correctly, in that Post 400 versus Moorhead game last night, I think we had 20 hits combined between the two teams in the first 3 innings of play.
Well, there's another hit right there as Schroeder lines it out towards shallow center field. He'll be aboard with a leadoff single, and I
The
think
shortstop
the
number 8,
total sounds
Zach
about
Penny.
right. And we've seen a lot of games here with quite a few hits. These teams have come to play and swing the bat here in this tournament. Zach Tangy up next. He's got Schroeder over at first base after the single.
Once again, it's a Magnitude Championship Sunday doubleheader here. As we got the 3-seed championship now of the 2-seed championship at about approximately 2 o'clock. Maybe a little bit sooner, maybe a little bit later, depending on when this one officially wraps up.
Tangy will foul off the first pitch for a foul ball. And it is worth noting, too, that's sort of been the way that we've been trying to go out our business. I say we, I mean the people that organize the tournament here, is that usually they'll try and get maybe about a half hour or so gap between games as Tangy will swing on that pitch for an 0-2 count. But the layover, worse than the schedule indicates.
Which is always a, well, I maybe not always, but depending on who you talk to, I think 8 out of 10 people would enjoy the little speed up there on the schedule. So
Yeah, well, I think most importantly, I think the players would enjoy that too, is that they don't just have all this time they're standing around doing nothing. They get to go out and they get to do what they came here to do, and that's play. As that pitch will be lifted over towards second base. The catch is made on the liner, and they double off the runner at first. It's a double play. How about that?
yeah, unassisted 4-3 double play, and you saw the second baseman there for Coon
The
Rapids.
third baseman number 9, Mitch Peters.
Garrett Roteson, if I'm saying that correctly based on the phonetic spelling that I'm looking at.
Yep.
Kind of elevate and hang in midair there. That was some impressive hang time there
Absolutely.
to make that catch.
Almost sounds like we're describing a dunk contest right now as
Yeah.
that pitch comes outside to Peters. It's going to be ruled as strike 1. But the double play already puts Sioux Falls in a predicament here. They've got the bases empty with 2 down. And Peters looking at an 0-2 count. (0-2) from LeBrant. It's going to be lined over and past the first baseman, Velocity, down the line and a fair ball. It's a 2-out single for Mitch Peters to keep the inning alive. And that's where Sioux Falls has done their damage thus far, is with 2
The
outs.
center fielder number
That's
1,
where they got the
Brooks
hit
Stein.
in the first inning, and also the home run in the second inning. Or excuse me, also the home run in the first inning. Both of them coming with 2 outs. Brooks
Yeah.
Stein up next, who walked his first time up.
As I mentioned earlier, we're used to being in about the 4th or 5th inning at this point in the ball game as far as the time is concerned. So I can understand how you think that we're a little bit later than we are in the second inning.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0 pitch from LeBrant. Popped up over towards shallow outfield and should be playable, and it is for the right fielder Ricky Petroff, excuse me. And that's going to do it for the bottom of the second. The fly out brings us to the third, and your scoreline remains
For Sioux
7-2.
Falls,
It's a
the home half of the
5-run
second
lead
inning,
for
no
Coon
runs
Rapids.
on one hit.
And we'll be back with
No
more
Coon
baseball
Rapids
right
Aries,
after
one
this.
runner left on.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Alrighty, back in action here. Magnitude Sports Media Network presentation of some Legion baseball. It's Coon Rapids versus Sioux Falls. Top of the third about to get started. It's going to be Ricky Petroff, Sam Halverson, and Andrew Racine, the 3-2 up, as Coon Rapids will look to maybe add on to their 5-run lead here in the top of the third inning. And Nathan back out on the mound.
The right fielder, number 25, Ricky Petrov.
And Petrov, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout over towards Nathan, will settle in to start things off. First pitch to Petrov is high for ball one. Now the 1-0 from Nathan incoming. That's a fastball chopped in the ground and rolling just foul. Foul ball evens the count up at 1. That would have been a tough play for likely either Moot, Nathan, or Peters. But the ball maybe doing them a favor as it goes foul for the first strike of the at-bat. Here's the 1-1. That's a fastball missing low for ball 2. Hitters count to Petrov at 2-1.
That one took some white chalk off the back side of the far batter's box, too.
Good catch. Yeah, it did. I'll see if I can zoom in and get a quick shot at that.
Yeah,
I'd be able to see the chalk being spread about a way you normally wouldn't quite see it.
Yeah, I think that's in all the baseball games I've done. I think that's the first time I've seen that happen.
3-1 the count now to Petrov. And he'll swing through that pitch for strike 2. The count now full at 3-2. And yeah, don't think I've ever seen that part of the batter's box chalk like that before. You might occasionally see the upper parts of it if a player slides in, but I've never seen it from a ball either. As Petrov stays alive, fouling that pitch off. Charging over in a nice effort to try and slide and make the catch by Barron. But he slides into nothing but fence and the ball drops. Boy, that would have been some play over at first base.
I saw a play similar to that in a softball game a couple years ago where the player actually made the catch reaching over the fence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Was looking for him to do something similar to that, if not take a somersault over the fence. Not that I want that to happen, but that would have been a sight to see, and strikeout there.
Nice pitch fired in to get the swinging strike, and that's going to be out number 1
Halverson.
as it brings up Sam Halverson. Halverson 1 for 1 with a double. Now here's the first pitch to Halverson, and it gets past, taken for ball 1. Count 1-0. Nathan, second pitch on the way. And that one is going to be poked over towards shortstop, but getting through the hole for a base hit. Halverson with his second hit of the game. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a single.
Halverson with a nice swing there and had a hard grounder that would sneak by the shortstop.
The shortstop, number 18, Andrew Racine.
Yeah, and he put it in a great spot right there. Just right between the shortstop and the third baseman. Those balls are a lot tougher to run down than you might think out in the field. Brings up Andrew Racine, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Racine takes a look at the first pitch, and it's fired in for strike 1. Oh, 1 from Nathan is going to be swung through for strike 2. Pitchers count to Racine at 0-2. Nathan looking for out number 2. And he misses high for a ball. Racine watches that fastball high to stay alive. Halverson, the runner, over at first base. One-two pitch, popped up, carrying out towards the grass and dropping for a base hit. Over to second goes Halverson. It's a 2-strike base hit for Andrew Racine. And that puts 2 on for Coon Rapids with 1 down as they're starting to
The
mount
second
a
baseman,
threat.
number 8, Garrett Roteson.
Garrett Roteson up next, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the first pitch to Roteson. Roteson with a base hit, dropping fair and being waved home as Halverson. Going over to third is going to be Racine, and Racine being waved home. And he will get in safely. It's a 2-run base hit for Garrett Roteson, who's safe at second. 9-2 your score.
Next up, the center fielder, number 23, Ian Wynn.
That brings us back to the top of the order, and Ian Wynn, who has walked his first 2 times up. He's got Roteson over at second after the 2 RBI hit. And what is now a 9-2 ball game. 7-run lead restored here for Coon Rapids. First pitch to the leadoff man, Wynn showing bunt, and it's fouled off. Couldn't quite square that one up. We'll see if he tries again while he has the chance on a 1-strike count, or if he'll be swinging away. Nathan checking the runner. Now his pitch on the way. And the bunt is laid down, but that one also going foul. That one just foul.
And you won't see a bunt on this one here, because a bunt on a fouled away bunt on strike 2 puts the second out on the board. So it's going to be a full out swing, or he'll take the pitch.
Absolutely, and I'd imagine with a 2-strike count, an 0-2 count, he might be looking to swing and protect the plate here a little bit, especially with 1 out and a runner on. Pitch on the way. He will lay off that one, however, as I think a swing on that pitch right there would have probably caused the Coon Rapids coach just as much problem if he would have laid down a bunt there.
Certainly wouldn't have put a smile on anyone's face.
He'll swing at that one, and he does a nice job to get a piece of it to foul it off. Count remains at 1-2 to win. Nathan sets and delivers. Incoming. His pitch, an off-speed one. He got him swinging for strike 3. The throw over to third, and it's dropped.
Wow.
They are going to say he's out, though. The umpire is saying that he was out on the throw, so he must have completed the process of the catch right there.
Catcher number 1, Aaron Yund.
That'll bring up Aaron Yund as Rotson goes over to third.
That was certainly an interesting sequence of plays up to first base there.
Yeah, it looked like he was out by the strikeout, and then he had a chance to be safe, and he was safe, but then it was dropped. But then he was out again.
Yeah. As you said, it looks like the umpire considered it a completed throw prior to the drop, so that's what records out number 2. And now we can record ball 1.
1-0 to Yund, and it becomes 2-0. Yund with Rotson over at third. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. A single right here would make it an 8-run game at 10-2.
And that would also put the 8-run rule into effect if Sioux Falls wouldn't be able to come back by the 5th inning of play. So keep that in mind as we move forward over the next couple of innings.
I'm glad you brought that because a lot of viewers tuning in here might be familiar with the 10-run rule. It's essentially the same rule, but only with 8 runs instead of 10 here in this weekend, as Yund will walk on 4 pitches and put runners on the corners.
First baseman number 29, Jack Velocity.
Velocity has Yund on first and Rotson over at third. He's 0 for 2, reaching on an error and striking out. With 2 down, he will look to avoid stranding 2 runners on. First pitch to Velocity is taken for strike 1. Nathan's 0-1 pitch is going to be getting past, and taking off is going to be Rotson, sliding in safely, and there is run number 10. As Coon Rapids will break double digits. And the runner Yund advancing over to second as well. Count now 1-1 to Velocity. 10-2 your score here. It's an 8-run lead for Coon Rapids in the top of the third.
And don't forget the 2-seed championship game coming up next here on Magnitude's Championship Sunday doubleheader. And that will feature Brandon Valley taking on Brainerd. Brainerd had a good showing at the Matson Pool over the weekend. They would fall to Moorhead, but pick up wins over Sioux Falls in post 400.
Those noises you can hear off in the distance, those are the Brainerd players warming up over at the cages down the right field line. As they'll prepare for their showdown. Pitch coming in, and it's taken for ball 3 to Velocity. Count is at 3-1. Nathan wheels and deals his pitch, and it's
it hit him.
going to hit him.
Yeah.
Regardless, Velocity will take his base over at first with a 3-ball count. But it puts 2 on here for Antonio Manos. And we'll see if that's it for Emmett Nathan on the
number
mound.
27, Antonio Manos.
As the coach is going to come out and talk with him with the catcher. With 2 down in the third, I'd assume probably not here, as they'll try and get him out of this inning at the very least. And I see the rest of the infield remaining where they're at. The situation is runner on first and second for Antonio Manos. Manos 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. In a 10-2 ball game, Coon Rapids with an 8-run lead here in the third frame. Combined 9 hits between these two teams as well. 5 for Coon Rapids and 4 for Sioux Falls. So here is Antonio Manos with 2 on and 2 down. First pitch and a big swing and a miss for strike one. 0-1 the count. That one a fastball missing low to even the count at 1 apiece to the DH. One pitch. Inside for ball two, and he had Manos spinning like a top right there as he gets out of the way. He's now working with a hitter's count at 2-1. Nathan checking the runner. Now his pitch on the way, and it misses high for ball three. 3-1 the count. Should Manos walk, that would load the bases for Jared Fearing. Actually had the bases loaded for him back in the first inning of play. The 3-1. High for ball four, and Manos will walk and load the bases. Fearing was hit by a pitch to score a run.
The third
there
baseman, number
for
10,
Coon
Jared
Rapids with the
Fearing.
bases loaded. He's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and then a strikeout. First pitch to Fearing is high for ball one. One and 0 the count to the third baseman. Nathan's second pitch. That one missing low for a ball, and Yund coming home, and he'll score. It's 11-2 your score as Yund advances home on the base path. I'll put Velocity over at third, as well as Manos over at second. So two in scoring position still here for Fearing as he's working with a 2-0 count. Now a 9-run ball game. One 0 pitch from Nathan. Low for ball two. Now just over an hour into this game, an hour and 2 minutes to be exact, here in the top of the third. Nathan's pitch on the way, and it's a fastball fired in for strike one. And a much needed strike one there for Emmett Nathan, who's still on the hunt for out number 3. 3-1 pitch is dropped in for strike two, and it's a full count, 3-2 to Fearing. Nathan punched out Fearing last time up. We'll see if he can do it again here on the payoff pitch.
Big pitch coming up here.
And he got him. Got him swinging for strike three. He sends down Fearing on strikes for the second time today. And that's going to end the top of the third in one where Coon Rapids scores 4. It's now 11-2 your score on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And we'll be back with Sioux Falls' turn to hit right after this.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
The left fielder,
Back in
number 2,
action here on the
Jordan
Magnitude
Kinzer.
Sports Media Network. It's Jordan Kinzer, Jack Neshy, and Grant Barron, the 3 up. In what is now a 9-run game, Coon Rapids leading 11-2 your score. Kinzer 0 for 1 at the ground out.
Some of the Brainerd players just now walking in, getting ready for their game. They'll be in the 2-seed championship game here on a Magnitude Championship doubleheader Sunday. And they will take on Brandon Valley, which is another team that's located in the Sioux Falls area, just kind of maybe about 5 or so minutes to the north of Sioux Falls, if memory serves me correctly. Oh, I actually drove through Brandon Valley about maybe about 3 weeks ago. But it's kind of hard to keep track of where I've been when I've been in 5 states in 4 weeks. So,
been a crazy time of year here for baseball as the count is 2-1 to Kinzer. Pitch from LeBrant on the way. Kinzer grounds it down the line and foul to even the count.
so with that in mind, if the Sioux Falls fans watching have any Brandon Valley fans that will have kids on the team, feel free to send out the text messages and pass the word along. We'll have the game live for you here on Magnitude Sports as that one's fouled away for strike 2.
Nice job by Kinzer to get a piece of that one and stay alive. He had to go upstairs a bit to get that pitch. It was a breaking ball from LeBrant. Here's the 2-2. And it misses just low for ball 3. That one a fastball, more at the ankles as opposed to the desired knees region.
Sun kind of tucked in behind the clouds right now. It's kind of a nice breezy feel.
Yeah, no kidding. Welcome break from the high noon heat here. 12:37 your local time. As Kinzer fouls off another pitch to keep the count full. LeBrant from the windup. And that one also popped up. And it should be in play, calling it off. And making the catch is the shortstop, Racine, for out number 1. Flyout brings up Jack Neshy, who struck out his first
Second
time
baseman,
off.
number 12, Jack Neshy.
First pitch on the way to Neshy, and he takes it high for a ball. 1-0 the count. And he'll take that fastball high as well for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 from LeBrant. And it's a fastball that he drops in. And there's that knees area that we were talking about earlier. It's in for strike 1.
You learn fast though, right?
2-1 from LeBrant is swung on, and it's going to be called strike 2. I couldn't quite tell if he got a piece of it with a foul ball or not. I thought I heard a noise, but it's tough to tell.
Yeah, I thought I heard that same noise there, and it's cool how our background mic can pick that up even though it's that far away.
Absolutely, as that pitch is dropped in for strike 3. He got him looking for out number 2. 2 down for Grant Barron. Barron is
First
1 for
baseman,
1,
number
and he hit
3,
the home
Grant
run.
Barron.
That one coming back in the first inning and nearly doing some damage to someone's car.
Yeah.
The base is empty and 2 away. He'll look to keep this inning alive as Sioux Falls going to need some runs here soon if they want to keep the game going, let alone find their way back into it. Barron now with a 1-0 count.
I do remember calling, more on that after this pitch, I do remember calling a softball game between Fargo North and Grand Forks Central up at Kraft Field in Grand Forks, and Fargo North hit a home run over the left field fence, and it didn't hit a car, but a car slammed on its brakes as it bounced in front of it. So,
oh man,
yeah. Luckily, there was no cars behind that car. Otherwise, that would have been something else.
That would have done even more damage.
Yeah.
Count is 1-2 to Barron. LeBrant looking to end the inning. And he does. He got him swinging to send it to the fourth. Second strikeout for Lucas LeBrant this inning. And the score remains 11-2 on a 1-2-3 inning. 9-run lead for Coon Rapids as they'll take their bats back over to the batter's box right after this.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Go Promo is your go-to for customer.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. Go Promo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go Promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
Alrighty, we welcome you back here to Matson Field. 11-2 your scores. We're here in the 4th inning. Going to be Ricky Petrov, Sam Halverson, and Andrew Racine, the 3-2 up for Coon Rapids as they hold a 9-run lead here over Sioux Falls. Petrov is 0-for-2 with a flyout and a strikeout. There's going to be a new pitcher as well here. It's going to be Jack Neji taking the hill for Sioux Falls. He'll come in relief here in the 4th inning. Neji moving over from second base. And he will take over for Emmett Nathan. Nathan will move over to second base. First pitch to Petrov. And he swings and hits that one out towards right field. And it's carrying out back towards the warning track on the wall. Petrov is thinking 2. And Petrov now rounding second and thinking 3. The throw was not going to be in time as he slides in with a leadoff triple.
It's right fielder number 25.
Could have got 3.5 on that one easily.
Yeah.
Fielder number 20, Sam Halverson.
That brings up Sam Halverson, who's having a fantastic day thus far, hitting the ball. 2-for-2 with a double and a single. And he's got Petrov over at third base with 0 outs.
This is all icing on the cake here for Coon Rapids if they can continue to pour in the runs here over the next couple innings and make things difficult for Sioux Falls if they want to try and extend this game past 5.
Yeah, well, Sioux Falls already needing 2 here, but a runner threatening over at third, they can maybe increase that total a little bit like you were saying. That pitch with a weird, almost golf-like swing as it's hit over towards short, and Tangy throws over to first for out number 1 as Petrov will come in and score.
That's I've seen a lot of 6-3 ground outs, but that ball was a difficult one for that shortstop to handle, and he did a great job on it.
Yeah, they often talk about baseballs maybe taking some bad hops out in the infield. That one might have been a bit of a bad hop, but Tangy was ready for the task, and he gets the out. 1-0 the count to Racine, who swings at that pitch. Racine is 1-for-2 with a flyout and a single. What is now a 12-2, 10-run lead here for Coon Rapids in the top of the 4th. That pitch, a fastball just missing for ball 2. Count at 2-1. The pitch from the windup is going to be flared out towards the outfield, charging in and making the catch is Colin Schroeder for out number 2.
Well, 2 up, 2 down here for Sioux Falls and
second
or
base
for
number
Coon
8,
Rapids.
Garrett
No, it's
Robeson.
3 up and 2 down. Excuse me.
That'll bring up Garrett Roteson, and yeah, like you're saying, it feels like it could be 2 up and 2 down with how quickly it's gone. As the first pitch is dropped in for strike 1, it was the ground out that ended up scoring the runner over from third to get the 1 run for Coon Rapids. 0-1 pitch from Neji quickly turns it to 0-2. Wilson's got to protect the plate.
All right, so I think I can officially say 2 up, 2 down after the run scored. So just forget that I said anything because I really messed that one up.
1-2 now, the count to Garrett Rotsen, the number 9 hitter. Neji's pitch. Swung through for strike 3, and that's going to do it for a quick top of the 4th, and one where Coon Rapids tags home 1 run. They lead 12-2 here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. More baseball coming up after a quick word from your sponsor.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly with a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates. It's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Bottom of the 4th inning here between Coon Rapids and Sioux Falls. It's Bronson Moot leading things off. He's 1 for 1 with a single in this ball game, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1. 10-run lead here for Coon Rapids in the bottom of the 4th. As we were alluding to earlier, the 8-run rule will take effect in the 5th inning should Sioux Falls not score 3 unanswered here.
And with a 2 balls, no strike count, if he continues to throw pitches like that, they might be able to put themselves in a position to score 3 runs easily, but we'll see if he can recover here.
Moot drives that one out towards the outfield. And it's going to be caught by Wynn out in center field for out number 1.
Nice catch on the run there, and nice job by Wynn, the center fielder, to realize that that one didn't go as deep as I thought it was going to go. When that one left the bat, I thought it had a chance to go and get out of here, but that
Next up, number 20,
hit the jet
Nathan.
stream and dropped into the glove of Wynn.
Well, it certainly had a nice sound off the bat right there. It sounded like it'd be at the very least a base hit into the gap, but a nice read by Wynn out in center field. I don't think if he would have gotten the jump and read on that ball that he did, he would have caught it. First pitch is low to Emmett Nathan for ball 1. Nathan now over at second base as he swapped out with the second baseman Jack Neji from second base to pitcher and pitcher to second base. Pitch high to Nathan for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 from LeBrant, and his pitch is tipped foul for the first strike. 2-1 the count. LeBrant from the windup, and he fires that pitch in, and it's also popped up high and foul. It evens the count. 2-2 to Emmett Nathan. LeBrant kicks and fires. It's a grounder over towards first, and it's fielded easily for out number 2. Ground out brings up Colin Schroeder, who's 1 for 1 with a single.
The right fielder, number 7, Colin Schroeder.
Is it safe to say this inning it's 2 up, 2 down, or did I miss something like I did in the other half
Nope.
inning?
I think it's safe to say here, unless I miss something too. Which in that case, if we both miss something, but
We're
we
in
should
trouble
be good.
then.
Yeah. First pitch to Schroeder, and he fouls it off. Oh, 1 on the way. And it's chopped in the ground over towards third. Fearing coming in. His throw on the way and on point for out number 3. And it's 3 up, 3 down after the ground out. That's going to do it for the 4th. As we approach the 5th, it's a 10-run lead for Coon Rapids. Back with more baseball, top of the 5th coming up right after this.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Alrighty, we welcome you to the 5th inning of this ball game between Coon Rapids and Sioux Falls. And it's going to be a new man up. It's not Ian Wynn. It's going to be Jacob Powell who will be settling into the leadoff spot here for Coon Rapids. And Powell looking at a 1-1 count. Neji, the new pitcher, coming in the past inning. His pitch fired in high for ball 2. Here's the 2-1 to Powell. And it's a breaking ball that just misses for ball 3. Hitters count at 3-1. Neji from the windup. And he gets a swinging strike for strike 2 to fill up the count. Full count at 3-2. Neji's payoff pitch incoming. And he got him swinging. There's the first out of the inning on a strikeout. Jack Neji striking out Jacob Powell. And it brings up Aaron Yund. Yund 1 for 1 with a walk, a single, and a walk.
Now batting for Coon Rapids,
Actually,
number 11,
it's going to be John Ankerfeld. So another new hitter here for Coon Rapids, as Ankerfeld will see his first plate appearance.
Looks like we'll have a new hitter for the next batter, too. It'll be number 15, whom will be, let me check my roster here. Patrick Wright will be the next batter on deck here.
So 2-0 to Ankerfeld with Patrick Wright on deck.
And then it looks like we return to the normal batting order after that, if we can get that far into the lineup here.
Neji finds the fastball in for strike 1. 2-1 the count. And a check swing right there on a low pitch. And it's going to be ruled as ball 3.
Yeah, I think it's a ball. They didn't appeal to the first base umpire like I thought he might, but
3-1 pitch popped up towards the outfield. Kinzer on his horse. but it drops foul. Full count at 3-2. Payoff pitch from Neji upcoming. And he misses high for ball 4. Ankerfeld will walk.
The first baseman,
One
number
on
15,
for Patrick
Wright.
Neji's first pitch of the at-bat, a breaking ball taken for ball 1. Now here's the 1-0 to Wright. And that's a fastball missing low for ball 2. From Jack Neji. Fastball finds the zone for strike 1. 2-1 to the new first baseman Wright. Neji deals and he gets a swinging strike to even the count at 2. 2-2 now the count. Neji kicks and fires. Breaking ball taken low for ball 3 and another full count. 3 batters up in this half inning and all 3 of them have faced a full count thus far.
1 on a walk, 1 on a strikeout. Let's see what happens here.
The tiebreaker will go as a walk. Wright walks and it puts 2 on.
So first and second here.
The designated hitter, number 27, Antonio Manos.
And as I mentioned, back to the regular lineup, I believe.
It's Antonio Manos who's 0 for 1, walking twice with a fly out in the middle. First pitch is low to Manos for a ball. (1-0) from Neji. And that one
comes in for a delayed strike call.
Yeah. For a sec, I thought it must have missed outside or something. The umpire calling it a strike maybe a few seconds after the pitch hit the mitt.
Yeah, that first one looked like a strike, too. It fell out of the mitt. That one comes, I think, is a strike. It appeared to be in the strike zone, but apparently not. 2-1, so the fifth inning, or the fifth inning strike zone is a little bit different than the first 4 innings. So
that pitch bouncing in the dirt for ball 3, and Manos with a 3-1 count. Should he walk, that would load the bases. Jared Fearing on deck. Neji's pitch, and it's dropped in for strike 2 and another full count.
That's pretty, I don't know, I wanted to say impressive, but that'd be the wrong word to use. So
certainly not something you see every day. 4 straight full counts. Payoff pitch. And that one missing for ball 4. Manos will walk. Bases loaded for Jared Fearing, who's walked once and then struck out twice. He's 0 for 2.
For Coon Rapids, third baseman, number 10, Jared Fearing.
You might be able to hear the Coon Rapids coach saying, one good at bat here in the background there. Or it might have not been a coach, it may have been a fan.
Well,
somebody in the crowd might.
Regardless, that is certainly good advice to Fearing. If he can get a good at-bat here, he might be able to bring a few runs home for Coon Rapids. As he takes the second pitch for a quick 0-2 count. And right now it's a good at-bat for Jack Neji over on the mound. As he searches out number 2. And he got it. Got him swinging for strike 3. There's your second out. As Fearing strikes out for the 3rd time today, that brings up Ricky Petrov.
The right fielder, number 25, Ricky Petroff.
Petroff is 1 for 3 with a flyout, a strikeout, and then a triple his last time up. And the first pitch is in for strike 1, a fastball. Oh, 1. 1 missing for a ball to even the count. Here's the 1-1 from Jack Neji. That one low for ball 2.
Well, I'll say this. We've seen a lot of good things from Sioux Falls here over the course of the last 3 days. I know this is a younger team, and they've only gotten 1 win this weekend. But even in the losses, they've played some pretty good baseball here, and the Sioux Falls program has a bright future with some of these players on this team. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of bright spots here, as that one is going to be a grounder. Taking a bad hop, but Barron is there, and he's been one of the bright spots as he makes the play for out number 3. That's going to do it here for the top of the 5th. Coon Rapids, they're close. They're 3 outs away from a win. 12-2 your score as we approach the bottom of the 5th. We'll see if they can close it out in 5 right after this.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Bottom of the 5th inning here between Coon Rapids and Sioux Falls. Coon Rapids with a 10-run lead. They can close it out here in virtue of the 8-run rule. As that pitch is going to be hit hard over towards second. And a nice play by Rotzen for the first out.
Yeah, it was a 4-3 ground out that should be like a 4-4-4-4-3 ground out. So he spun around a whole 360 degrees to make that throw. So
the third baseman, number 9,
that
Mitch
brings up
Peters.
Mitch Peters. Mitch Peters to go up against Jared Fearing, the new pitcher, out trying to close this game out. As Lucas Lebrant, the starter, will go over to third base. Like I was mentioning earlier, if Coon Rapids can keep an 8-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th, that will do it for this ball game. And with 1 down, they're only 2 away. As the first pitch is into Peters for strike 1. 0-1 the count.
I'm going to have to try the bubblegum cap idea there that number 20.
I'm a big fan of that. Sort of a inventive rally cap. Right now it's been Jared Fearing who's been blowing up like bubble in a bubble gum, as the count is 0-2 to Peters. And can't quite put him away right there as that pitch misses for a ball. Here's the 2-1 from Fearing. And he got him swinging for strike 3. And now Coon Rapids is 1 out away from victory. And it brings up the top of the order, and Brooks Stein. Stein 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout in this game. And a game that started with Brooks Stein for Sioux Falls might very well end with him as well. We'll see for sure, though, as Fearing's first pitch is taken low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball dropped in for strike 1. Count even at 1 apiece. Fearing from the windup. His pitch is grounded hard and going into the hole, knocking it down, but can't quite make the play is Rotzen. But a nice effort to get over there, as that's going to put Stein on first.
So we'll not end with
Next
Stein.
up for Sioux Falls,
Yeah.
Jake Klopstad.
It'll bring up Jake Klopstad, who will hit for Jordan Kinzer.
And can we see a 2-out rally here from Kinzer and the rest of Sioux Falls? We've seen it happen before. Will we see it happen again is the question.
First pitch from Fearing to Klopstad is low for ball 1. The needed run, as you were saying yesterday, is in the on-deck circle, and that's Jack Neji. 1-0 pitch. Getting a swing right there, as that will even the count at 1.
We could also call it the continuing run.
Yeah.
After I said that yesterday, I was thinking of terms that we could use in that scenario. So far, I've come up with 2.
The 1-1 gets a strike for strike 2. Fearing turning on the heat. And now he's on the verge of closing this game out. Fearing's 1-2. Dropped in for strike 3, and that's going to do it. Jared Fearing got him looking. And your final score here on Magnitude Sports is 12-2. Coon Rapids with a 10-run victory in 5. That's going to do it here for game 1 of 2 here from Matson Field, as we'll get the broadcast for that one set up shortly. Taking a look at our schedule, we've got Brandon Valley versus Brainerd Tope, post 2:55. Going to be scheduled for around 2 p.m.
And that's, yeah, well, what time? And we just got official word that it probably will be closer to 2, as we're a little bit past 1 o'clock right now. So, and then we get back into our regular broadcast schedule with the Post 400 Stars in West Fargo on Tuesday in a 9-inning game. And then some exciting stuff happening starting Wednesdays. We'll have all 16 games from the East Region Tournament over Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Being hosted in Kindred, North Dakota. We'll have a few Post 400 games sprinkled in the mix of that. And between Eric and myself, we'll be handling all those game broadcasts and maybe a couple others as well. So once again, your final score in this one, 12-2 in favor of Coon Rapids. And once again, for the Sioux Falls fans who've watched all weekend long, your team picked up a win against Post 400, fell short in a couple of other games, but it's been nice to see some new teams here on Magnitude. Would you agree, Eric?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to get a look at some new jerseys, new faces, new numbers, and just see what those players can put out on or in the case of other sports, the court or whatever. So for the Coon Rapids fans who tuned in, we certainly appreciate you tuning in as well, and we wish your team the best of luck for the remainder of your Legion's baseball season. And for the Brandon Valley and Brainerd fans who will be tuning in here in about maybe about 40 minutes or so is when we'll probably start that broadcast. Once again, we're going to shut down this stream. We'll start a new link. The new link's already on our YouTube page, so you can go there and set a reminder. You'll get a mobile alert when we go live with that broadcast. And then you can dig deeper into that schedule at our website, msportsnet.com. You can also find us online. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are the places that you'll find us most frequently. And don't forget, all the games from the entire tournament here at Matson Field are available on demand, including this one will be available on demand shortly here, probably before the next game starts. You simply click on the word watch next to the game that you want to see again, and you can watch it again on demand 24/7. So if you want to catch it live, but working, come home later this afternoon. You can watch the game from start to finish, so don't give away the final score to any of those individuals. So, but for Eric, my name is Mike Mason. We'll take a break and be back in about 45 minutes with the next game here on Magnitude Sports.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.